My name is Evelyn. For a long time, I thought the people around me truly loved me. But I was wrong, painfully wrong. Life with Falcon, my husband, felt like a beautiful dream that I never wanted to wake up from. He was funny, charming, and he always held my hand like I was the most precious thing in the world. When he was with me, I felt safe, like nothing bad could ever hurt us. Our home was full of laughter, quiet nights, and small moments that felt perfect. Scarlett, my best friend since we were 7 years old, was always there too. She knew everything about me, all my secrets, all my struggles. She was like a sister to me. I trusted her completely. I believed both Falcon and Scarlett were the two people who would always be by my side no matter what. Then one day, I got the biggest news of my life. I was pregnant. A little life was growing inside me, and I couldn't wait to tell Falcon. I imagined his face lighting up with joy, hugging me tightly and maybe even crying happy tears. This baby would complete our perfect little world. But looking back now, the signs were there all along. Little things I didn't want to see. Sometimes, when I shared my feelings with Falcon, he would just wave his hand like it didn't matter. "Evelyn, you're being too sensitive," he would say. Or, "It's not a big deal, why are you upset?" Sometimes, Falcon was a little too friendly with other women. He would laugh with them, stand too close, or compliment them in ways that didn't feel right. My heart felt uneasy, but I told myself it was nothing, that I was just overthinking. But somewhere, I feel embarrassed to ignore those little signs. I convinced myself that pushing my feelings down was the right thing to do to keep our peace. Scarlett was another story. She had always been close to Falcon, almost like a sister to him. At least, that's what I believed. But sometimes, the way she spoke felt strange. She would say things like, "Falcon works so hard, doesn't he, Ev?" while patting his arm a little too long. Or, "Falcon really needs someone who understands his drive," like she was the only one who could. Once, when Falcon and I had a small argument, Scarlett jumped in before I could even finish explaining my side. "Oh, Evelyn, you know how Falcon is," she said quickly. "He means well." Sometimes, her words left a sharp, uneasy feeling in my stomach. But I brushed it off. "She's my best friend," I would tell myself. "She's just being supportive. Love conquers all, right?" I believed that with all my heart. The day I found out I was pregnant, I wanted the reveal to be special. I bought a tiny pair of baby shoes, so small they could fit in my hand. I cleaned the whole house until it sparkled. I lit candles, cooked Falcon's favorite meal, slow-roasted lamb, mashed potatoes, and apple pie recipe. I even put on the pretty dress he liked most. The ultrasound photo was tucked safely in my pocket. I couldn't wait to see his face when I gave him the surprise. My heart was racing with excitement and love. The table was set, the food smelled amazing, and the whole house felt warm and romantic. Then my phone rang. It was Falcon. "Hey, babe," he said, his voice sounding tense and distant. "Listen, I'm stuck at the office. Big project. Running late. Don't wait up, just eat without me." My shoulders dropped. The perfect evening I had planned disappeared in a second. "Oh," I said softly, trying to hide my disappointment. "Okay. I understand." But deep inside, a strange feeling grew. Falcon didn't usually stay late without warning me first. And something about his tone didn't feel right. I tried to eat, but everything tasted like cardboard. I stared at the baby shoes on the counter and felt the ultrasound picture pressing against my leg in my pocket. My gut was screaming at me. Finally, I grabbed my keys. I'll just bring him coffee, I thought. I'll surprise him. Maybe I'm overthinking, but I need to see for myself. The night was dark and quiet as I drove to his office. When I arrived, the building was mostly dark. But one light glowed on the third floor, Falcon's office. My heartbeat was pounding as I went inside. The security guard barely looked up as I passed, giving him a polite smile before taking the elevator up. The hallway was silent. I pushed his office door open with a bright, shaky voice ready to say, "Surprise." But what I saw stopped my breath completely. Falcon wasn't working. He wasn't sitting at his desk. He was across the room, holding Scarlett tightly, kissing her deeply. My husband. My best friend. The two people I trusted most. The ultrasound photo slipped from my fingers and fluttered to the floor. They heard the sound and broke apart. Falcon's eyes widened when he saw me, then quickly turned cold and hard. Scarlett didn't look ashamed. She smirked, like she had been waiting for me to catch them. Tears ran down my face as silent sobs shook me. My world was falling apart right there in front of me. Falcon walked toward me slowly, his face unreadable. "Evelyn," he said in a voice that felt like ice. "Scarlett understands me in ways you never could. Maybe you should just leave." The word leave echoed in my ears. My throat burned. My chest felt like it was breaking apart. They had taken everything from me, and now he was throwing me away like I meant nothing. I didn't fight. I couldn't. My body felt numb as I turned and walked out. Leaving the ultrasound photo on the floor, leaving my marriage, my best friend, and the life I thought I had. The affair went public almost instantly. Falcon and Scarlett didn't hide. They told everyone that I was unstable and jealous. They painted themselves as the victims who had fallen in love while bearing through my difficult personality. People believed them. Neighbors, old friends, people I'd known for years, they all turned their backs on me. I heard whispers when I went outside. My phone stopped ringing. Social media went silent. Suddenly, I was alone, completely isolated. I had no close family nearby, only some distant relatives in another state. My savings started running out. I couldn't focus at work, and eventually, I had to leave my job. The only thing keeping me going was my baby. This tiny life inside me was the only reason I didn't give up completely. But even that felt heavy some days. I cried until my tears ran dry. Days blurred into weeks. I stopped eating properly. My house felt like a prison. One afternoon, feeling weak, I decided to walk to the nearest store to buy something to eat. It was a simple goal, just bread. But halfway there, I collapsed. I collapsed on the pavement, right outside a small, expensive-looking clinic. Everything went black. When I woke up, everything was blurry. Someone was kneeling beside me, a tall, elegant woman dressed in stylish black clothes. She looked powerful, like someone who didn't hear no very often. "You don't look fine," she said calmly, her voice cool but not unkind. My voice was weak, almost a whisper. I don't have anyone." She studied me for a moment, then gave a small smirk. "Most people would be begging right now," she said. "You're not. I like that." She handed me a small, black business card. It felt heavy in my hand. "Call me when you're ready to change your life." Then she stood up and walked away without another word, getting into a sleek black car and driving off. Her name was on the card, Vivian Thorne. For weeks, I didn't call. I just kept the card close, like a secret lifeline. Then, one day, I saw something that changed everything. A glossy photo in the local paper, Falcon and Scarlett's engagement announcement. Their smiling faces stared back at me, mocking me. It felt like they were saying, "We won. You lost." Something inside me snapped. I felt so terrible that I couldn't think of anything. I picked up the black card with trembling hands and called the number. Vivian answered on the second ring. "Evelyn," she said calmly, like she had been expecting me. I poured my heart out, telling her everything. When I finished, there was a long pause. I don't know why, I just told her everything. Maybe I trusted her, or maybe I thought I would suffocate if no one listened. "If you want pity," Vivian said in her voice sharp, "don't call me again. But if you want power, prove it." At first, I thought she was not also by my side, she didn't want to listen. But the word power kept repeating inside my mind. "I want power," I said firmly. That was the start of everything. Vivian didn't comfort me. Instead, she taught me. She pushed me to my limits. She taught me about business, money, and how to think like a winner instead of a victim. It was hard. I wanted to quit many times. But every time I felt weak, I thought about my baby growing inside me. I wanted a better life for us. So I kept going. Vivian helped me move to a small, quiet house far away from the gossip and pain. Together, we started a small business. At first, we sold simple handmade crafts, but slowly, it grew into something bigger. As the months passed, I grew stronger, both as a person and as a soon-to-be mother. I started to feel proud again. Then, one day, I received an invitation in the mail. It was for Falcon and Scarlett's wedding. The card was beautiful, elegant, cruel. They had sent it to me on purpose, to humiliate me, to remind me of what I had lost. My hands shook as I showed it to Vivian. "I can't go," I whispered. "I can't face them." Vivian's eyes were sharp as she looked at me. "They tried to bury you," she said. "But you were a seed. You grew. Now you're going to show them the woman they underestimated." Her words struck deep inside me. On the wedding day, I wore a stunning emerald green dress that hugged my pregnant belly. My hair and makeup were flawless, thanks to Vivian's arrangements. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see the broken woman who had once been abandoned. I saw someone strong. Someone unstoppable. As I walked into the wedding hall, every head turned. The room went quiet, and then whispers started. But this time, they were not whispers of pity. They were whispers of surprise. Scarlett was standing at the altar in her white dress. When she saw me, her face froze. Falcon looked shocked too, his mouth falling open. I walked straight to them. My heart was calm. My steps were steady. I looked at Scarlett, then at Falcon. "Scarlett," I said, my voice steady but strong. "Thank you for taking my trash. You saved me from such a big problem. You are a good friend, indeed." The whole room gasped. Scarlett's face turned red, and Falcon's eyes went wide. I turned to leave, but then I stopped and looked back at Scarlett. "You should watch him closely," I said, my tone almost soft. "Men who cheat once usually cheat again and again." For a second, Scarlett's proud smile faded. A small look of fear crossed her face, but she tried to hide it. Months later, I heard people talking in town. Falcon was already sneaking around with another woman. Scarlett found out. Their shiny, happy marriage started breaking apart, just like mine had before. I didn't feel happy about it. I didn't even care anymore. I just held my baby girl in my arms and whispered to her, "It's just you and me now, sweetheart. We don't need anyone else." My business was thriving. My house was filled with warmth and love. Vivian visited often. She didn't need to say how proud she was, I could see it in her eyes. I had lost my husband and my best friend, but I had gained something far more important, myself. I wasn't broken anymore. I was free. I hope you liked the story. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.